The top stories. A police raid in the city has left residents angry. The NUPW says street protests are not the answer to pending job cuts, and St. Lucia's opposition leader is dumped. We hear from the woman who will replace him. Welcome to Nation News for Wednesday, January the 22nd, 2014. I'm Bertram Niles.
You want your loved ones around to celebrate, especially those living far. And with Digicel Top-Up, Dad can help you bring life to the party and be part of the celebration. Ask him to send you Digicel Minutes. Receive free instant additional credit. Stay connected here and there. Ask your family abroad to send Digicel Minutes today.
A police raid in Reed Street, the city, has left residents angry. They claim that officers armed with guns and dogs ransacked the home of Albert Stout and his partner in their absence. Neighbors accused the officers of not showing a warrant during the raid, which they said ended with the couple's 19-year-old son, Albert Boyce, being taken away for questioning in connection with a shooting in St. John yesterday.
I was down by the fish market trying to collect a few pounds of fish, and I received a call saying that the car got my door security dig up. So I left and I come at the same time as I get here. The car foreman told me I cannot enter the house. Right? So they met me way outside until they finished doing what they had to do, and then tell me okay, I come in, and then hand me a warrant. But I really want now. They're supposed to hold the warrant, right? They're supposed to give me a copy of the warrant. Tell me no, I can't have it.
3 St. John men were shot yesterday during an exchange of gunfire involving two groups in the parish. Without confirming a connection to that incident, police spokesman Inspector David Welch told Nation News that officers executed a warrant at a Reed Street residence. He said that Albert Boyce was indeed taken away for questioning and a quantity of jewelry was seized. Inspector Welch said residents who were aggrieved at the police action could report the matter to the Police Complaints Authority. The NUPW has ruled out street protests against public sector job losses. The union's General Secretary Dennis Clark told journalists that marching would do no good, but he remains hopeful that the numbers to be sent home will be fewer than the announced 3,000. Mr. Clark was speaking after the NUPW's 70th anniversary religious service, at which Chaplain Canon DeVere Merle said the union was facing a tough challenge.
We will have to face the challenge of thousands of our members losing their livelihood and facing a bleak future. It will be incumbent upon us to show them practical possibilities and alternatives as they strive to come to terms with the reality which will be theirs. We will have in this union to be extremely creative in what we can offer them, be it financial counseling, be it sustenance through food hampers, be it some kind of help wherever we can help them. We in the union must meet the challenge.
You can call her the woman with flower power. This St. Philip mother of 4, Theophilia Lucia Stout, has been making a name for herself producing flour from cassava, sweet potatoes and breadfruit. Supermarkets are among her customers, and Ms. Lucia Stout is hoping to create some interest for the products in hotels and health stores. Ms. Lucia Stout has been involved in the food business for about 5 years, but stepped up her own production after being laid off from an airline catering business 2 years ago. A Barbados-based investment firm has a lot of money on its hands, $52 million actually, but says it is having difficulty finding the right projects here or in the Caribbean. In its latest director's report, Fortress Fund says it still sees considerable risks to companies in the region. The company says it is, however, restricted in investing its cash outside the Caribbean because of foreign exchange controls.
At Courts, every day we bring affordability, convenience, innovation, and style to over 1 million customers in 11 countries. From homes to communities, we are proud to make a difference in the lives of many across the region. Courts, bringing value home.
In Caribbean news, a 15-year-old mother is Trinidad and Tobago's 40th murder victim this year. Police say Alia Keynes was the victim of a drive-by shooting last night while walking with her child's father, who escaped injury. In St. Lucia, the opposition leader Stephenson King has been toppled, the latest development in a leadership squabble in the United Workers' Party. Mr. King, the former Prime Minister, was at odds with Alan Chesney, who beat him for the leadership last year, the leadership of the UWP, but who has no seat in Parliament. To win the impasse, opposition MPs have dumped Mr. King in favour of former university lecturer Dr. Gail Rigobert, who is now expected to work more closely with Mr. Chesney.
Great humility and a tremendous sense of responsibility that I acknowledge the confidence that my fellow parliamentarians have expressed in me by recommending that I assume the position of leader of the opposition.
And finally, this one's serious, folks. The sister of a black American boy put to death in 1944, 70 years ago, for the deaths of two white girls, has asked the court to do whatever it takes to show that he was innocent. Lawyers for George Stinney's family have begun an appeal for a new trial in South Carolina, saying new witnesses and new evidence will prove the 14-year-old boy's innocence. They say his conviction was tainted by the segregationist-era justice system and scant evidence. And that's Nation News. I'm Bertram Niles.